You know those game levels that kind of get stuck in your head? Like they get under your skin, but in a good way?
Oh, absolutely. The ones you remember for all the right reasons.
Exactly. Well, that's what we're diving into today. Mission 7, Siegs and Synthetics from Alien. Isolation. We had a ton of requests to break this one down.
And for good reason, it's a real turning point in the game, not just another hallway.
Right. For those who haven't had the pleasure, Amanda Ripley is trying to get off Sevastopol Station, and she thinks the ship Torrens is the key.
Her ticket out of hell, basically.
Exactly. So Mission 7 takes her to the Siegs and Synthetics facility. They make the working Joes, and let me tell you...
Getting up close and personal with where those things come from, yeah, that's creepy. Real creepy.
No kidding. But there's this other thing, too. Just the atmosphere of the place. It's not like those sleek spaceship corridors we're used to.
No, this is different. This is Creative Assembly showing off. They made this place feel wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Think like industrial grime, lights flickering, and then bam, you're in some sterile lab, all white and echoing.
It's that contrast. 1 minute it's clinking pipes, and the next it's so clean it hurts your eyes. Honestly, that might be scarier than the alien itself, that feeling.
Well, speaking of scary, the working Joes in this mission, they've upped their game.
Oh, they're not messing around anymore.
It's not just that the AI is smarter, it's like they're learning as you play. Almost like they're adapting to you.
So you can't just rely on the same old tricks.
Nope. You have to use the environment, really think about how to outsmart them. It's a whole different level of strategy.
Which, I'll admit, my first playthrough, I was kind of lost. I kept hearing exploit the environment, but I didn't know what that meant, really.
Right, it's one of those things, it's easier said than done.
Exactly. But this mission, this is where it all clicked for me.
Oh, absolutely. And the introduction of a new tool really drives that home.
The gas torch, right?
Yeah. That thing is a game changer, literally.
Talk about feeling like the game just opened up.
Yeah.
Suddenly I could get into places I never could before.
It's not just about finding that one vent to crawl through anymore.
You're making your own paths, cutting through doors.
Risky, yeah.
Oh, incredibly, but also kind of awesome.
That's what I love about Alien. Isolation, though. It's not just about being scared, it's about that feeling of what's next. You know, like what's behind that next door or down that corridor.
Especially when you're the one cutting those doors open. But speaking of tension, Mission 7's climax. Whoa. Talk about putting all your skills to the test.
You're finally getting close to contacting that ship, the Torrens, right? Amanda needs those access tuner components.
Her only way out.
Exactly. But the game does not make it easy. You've got the atmosphere, you've got the alien, those working Joes are at their smartest, and then they throw everything they've got at you.
I remember thinking, it can't get worse than this. It did.
It's this perfect storm of everything the mission's been building to, You're not hiding anymore, you're manipulating the environment, using their programming against them. Desperate times.
And you really feel that desperation, which I think is why that whole theme of hope works so well in this mission.
Oh, 100%. That access tuner, that's more than just a plot device.
It's a symbol.
Right, of the outside world, of escape. It's like Amanda's clinging to this idea that she can get out, that she won't end up like...
like her mother. And the fact that she's literally piecing it together, finding parts in the middle of this nightmare.
It makes it that much more meaningful. You're not just handed the solution, you're fighting for every inch.
I never thought about it that way, but you're right. It's about her will, to survive, even when things are at their worst.
Which brings us to, well, the bigger picture. Siegs and Synthetics. They're obsessed with this artificial life, but at what cost, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who brought a xenomorph onto a space station. Not the best track record.
They were so busy with the what that they never stopped to think about the why or the what if.
It's kind of like, I don't know, you see those working Joes, and yeah, they're creepy, but they're just following their programming.
Blindly following orders. And look where it got them.
Makes you wonder who the real monsters are, huh?
And that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mission 7 throws it right in your face.
Yeah.
It's not just about escaping the alien anymore. It's about, well, what are we willing to overlook in the name of progress?
That's the stuff that really sticks with you, right? It's not just jump scares and running. It's that feeling you get afterward. Like, did we learn anything?
It gets under your skin.
Yeah.
And that's what Mission 7 does so well. You're fighting to survive, obviously, but it makes you question the whole thing.
Seekson, progress. What are we really creating here?
And are we so different?
Okay, now that is a scary thought. But, I mean, think about it. The working Joes, they're not evil exactly.
No, they're just carrying out their programming.
No matter the cost. Kind of like Well, we do that too sometimes, don't we? Just following orders, not looking at the big picture.
And the game plays with that, right? Remember all those logs, those audio recordings you find? It's like eavesdropping on disaster in slow motion.
The emails, the messages, you really get a feel for how Seegson operated.
And it's not pretty.
Profits over people, taken to a terrifying extreme. It's like they skipped right past unethical and went straight to bringing a xenomorph on board.
Yeah, not their brightest moment.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, doesn't it? Take away the spaceships, the fancy tech. Are we really so far removed from that kind of thinking?
Corporate greed, ambition. It can make people do some pretty messed up things, even without xenomorphs. Well, maybe. I mean, I hope.
That's the beauty of it, though. Alien. Isolation makes you question, makes you look a little closer at your own world.
So for anyone listening who's brave enough to step onto Sevastopol Station themselves, pay attention, folks.
Don't just run from the monsters.
Look for the warning signs, the things that make you uncomfortable, make you question what you're seeing. Because the scariest discoveries, those are the ones we often make about ourselves.
Exactly. And on that cheery note,
until next time, stay curious, stay alert,
and maybe don't apply for a job at Seegson Synthetics.
You never know what you might end up creating.